Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Nitai Hare Ba, Hare Ba, Hare Ba, Ba Hare Ba. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa, Parivraja Acharya, Asto, Thasasat, Sisima, His Divine Grace, His Compound Acharya, Srila Abhacharya Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa, Parivraja Acharya, Asto, Thasasat, Sisima, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Arantakoti Vaishnavendra ki jai. Amacharya Sri Haridasa Gaura ki jai. Prem si kahao Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Si Advaita Gadadhara Sivasada Si Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Sisi Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Syamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Mathura Dham ki jai. Shri Mayapur Navadip Dham ki jai. Shri Jagannathpuri Dham ki jai. Simhachalam Dham ki jai. Ganga Maya Yamuna Maya ki jai. Srimad Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi ki jai. Samaveda Bhakti Vinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. All glory is to the sum of devotees. All glory is to the sum of devotees. All glory is to the sum of devotees. All glory is to Sisi Gauranga Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Narancheva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyansat Tato Jaya Mudiret Nastapaye Sabhajitsu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamam Sloke Bhakti Bhavaiti Naistiki. So, welcome to this segment of the morning program, the sharing of the Leelas of Lord Krishna and his devotees. So today's text is from the Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 12, Text 7. And we'll have to split the time in terms of, because today is also Balaram's appearance, we'll have to say some few things about Lord Balarama. Or what do you think? All right. Vrinihi kamamripa yanmanogatam matas tvam utana padevishankitaha varam vararumbu janaba padayo anantam tvam va yamanga susruma. Prinihi kamamripa yanmanogatam matas tvam utana padivishankitaha varam vararumu janaba padayo anantam tvam anatam tvam vayamangam sustruma. Can someone try it? Ladies? Word for word translation. Translation and purport by Divine Grace is confined Acharya Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Vrinihi. Please ask. Kamam. Desire. Ripa. O King. Yat. Whatever. Managatam. Within your mind. Mataha. From me. Tvam. You. Uttanapade. O son of Maharaj Uttanapada. Avishankitaha. Without hesitation. Varam. Benediction. Vara araha. Worthy to take benedictions. Ambuja. Lotus flower. Naba. Whose navel? Padaya. At his lotus feet. Anantaram. Constantly. Tvam. About you. Vayam. We. Anga. Dear Dhruva. Susruma. Have heard. Translation. My dear Dhruva Maharaj, son of Maharaj Uttanapada, we have heard that you are constantly engaged in transcendental love and service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known for his lotus novel. You are therefore worthy to take all benedictions from us. Please, therefore, ask without hesitation whatever benediction you want from me. Please kindly respond for repeat. My dear Dhruva Maharaj, son of Maharaj Uttanapada, we have heard that you are constantly engaged in transcendental love and service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known for his lotus novel. You are therefore worthy to take all benedictions from us. Please, therefore, ask without hesitation whatever benediction you want from me. Who is speaking? Do you agree with him? Do you agree with him? You want to say something else? You want to change? Kuvera, okay. Yeah, you said that before. So I'm trying to see whether someone else aligns with your proposition. Yes, Beyond, do you agree with him? No? Okay. Yeah, it's Kuvera. So, purport. Listen attentively, please. Dhruva Maharaj, the son of Uttanapada, was already known throughout the universe as a great devotee of the Lord, constantly thinking of his lotus feet. Such a pure, uncontaminated devotee of the Lord is worthy to have all the benedictions that can be offered by the demigods. He does not have to worship the demigods separately for such benedictions. Kuvera is the treasurer of the demigods, and he is personally offering whatever benediction Dhruva Maharaj would like to have from him. Srila Biba Mangal Thakur stated, therefore, that for persons who are engaged in devotional service of the Lord, all material benedictions wait like maid servants. Mukti Devi is just waiting at the door of the devotee to offer liberation. Or more than that, at any time. To be a devotee is therefore an exalted position. Simply by rendering transcendental loving service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one can have all the benedictions of the world without separate endeavor. Lord Kuvera said to Dhruva Maharaj that he had heard that Dhruva was always in samadhi, or thinking of the lotus feet of the Lord. In other words, he knew that for Dhruva Maharaj there was nothing desirable within the three material worlds. He knew that Dhruva will ask for nothing but to remember the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord constantly. Om Gyanat Mirandasya, Gyanajana Salankaya, Saksur Belitam, Jena Tasmai, Si Gurube Maha. Sajeta Yamano Vista, Starfetam Jena Bhutali, Swayam Rupam Kadamayam, Dadati Swa Padantikam. Pandiham Si Gurun Si Yuta, Padakamalam Si Gurun Vaishnavam Cha, Si Rupam Sagrajatam, Sahagana, Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajiva. Sadvaita Sarvaduta Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Pada Saha Gana Lalita Visakam Vitancha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagadpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosat Tapta Kanchana Gorange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanam Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatari Becha Kripasamibhaya Becha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahorito Gododaya Puspa Vanta Chita Chandatamon Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadarada Sri Vasad Sagor Bhaktobinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishya Bhutales, Man Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityananda, Namaste, Saraswati Devi, Gauravani, Pacharine, Nirvisesa Sunyavadi, Pasati Vadasatari, Mukam Karoti Vacharam Pandam Lagatim, Yakripat Mahambandi, Si Gurum Dinata. So, this text is a continuation of the conversation between matrimony and who? Vidura. Beyond, do you agree with him? Huh? Okay. Okay. So thank you. Yeah, so we have in the Bhagavatam, there are always dialogues we find Maharaj Parikshit hearing the message of the Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami, and then there is also the dialogue between Maitreya Muni and Vidura. So Maitreya Muni is recalling the encounter between Akuvera and Dhruva Maharaj. He's giving that narrative to Vidura. So this is the process of hearing and repeating what you have heard. And Prabhupada says, we don't need to put any spices. We make all stuff, we prepare all stuff, we put spices, but these preparations, no spices. I mean, we just, as it is. We tell the narrative as it is. So, here, Kuvera, try to understand, Kuvera is the treasurer of the heavenly planet. Money is not his problem. Wealth, opulence is not his problem. So he wanted to offer Dhruva whatever Dhruva may desire, because Dhruva is a devotee of the Lord. And if you invest on the devotee, there is no loss at all, because that resource will be meaningfully utilized in the service of the Lord. So this is where, sometimes people miss the point. Performing charity to the appropriate person for the appropriate utility is the factor that determines the outcome of your charitable disposition. For instance, if you give your financial support to, say, building a temple, you may not be even practicing devotional life, but you get a high elevation in your next existence. Perhaps going back to Vishnu. Oh yeah. That is how it is important. And therefore, Kuvera, understanding that Dhruva is always engaged in meditation, is always in samadhi. He met him and he was offering, what can I do for you to help you in your service of your Lord? This should be the mood of those who have money to come to the temple and offer their wealth to Prabhupada to support Prabhupada in his mission. The intelligent people, this is what they do. In India, it's very common. You have some of these people from very pious families. They just go about to different places, sponsoring the construction of temples. They may not be practicing anything, but they know the benefit of this type of investment. So charity, Lord Krishna mentioned that charity should not be neglected. And therefore Kuvera, as a householder, very wealthy commissioner of wealth of the heavenly planets, commissioner of commerce, money. He is offering. What can I do for you? What can I do for you in your mission to the Lord? So also sometimes, you're a preacher, you're going out preaching, and say you offer a book to somebody once or twice. The next time you go to him, if the person is really pious, he'll ask, what can I do for you? You gave me some book the other day, and then last time also you gave to me. Now again you're giving to me. Tell me, how can I help in your mission? Yeah, we have counted this. So, but again, Prabhupada mentions in the purport that Kuvera knows the mindset of Dhruva. That Dhruva will not ask for anything material. Because he is satisfied. It's like an octet electron. The octet electrons, they don't need sharing of electronic configuration with any other electron. They are satisfied. It's like an Atmaram. So Kuvera knew that Dhruva would not ask for anything material. Because the symptom of someone who is absorbed, who is satisfied with the service of the Lord, who has fallen in love with the Lord, is that they don't seek for any material resources. They are satisfied, they are fully absorbed in samadhi. And that is giving them a high density satisfaction. So, also in the Prabhupada mentions about, it makes a reference to Biba Mangal Thakur. Yeah, there's a famous verse by Biba Mangal Thakur wherein he says that, for someone, he was talking to Krishna. Biba Mangal Thakur was in Vrindavan for many years. And he wrote this very poetic literature. And so one of those texts, he had mentioned how for the devotee of the Lord, the fruits of religiosity, they are begging. Liberation, economic development, whatever, sense gratification, they are begging. Please, engage me in your service. Sense gratification is begging the devotee. Please engage me in your service. And sometimes the devotee says, Acha. Welcome, come here. But the pure devotee knows. Vivemangal Thakur says, no, but the pure devotee never gets entrapped by that temptation. So here Kuvera has gone to Dhruva is to check to see. It's like a litmus test. The Dhruva passed it because of his high absorption in the Lord. And the whole idea is such that the devotee does not reject material resources. Rather, we use all material facilities in the service of the Lord. Rupa Goswami defines that very conceptualization of devotional service as yukta vairagya. Utilizing everything. We don't own anything anyway. So we utilize everything in the service of the Lord. Body, mind, and words, intelligence, all of our resources. Because the devotee knows that even his strength, the Lord is the source of his strength, or her strength. And therefore, the devotee of the Lord does not necessarily assume the position of the doer. He sees himself or herself as an instrument in the hands of the Lord. So no matter what accomplishments the devotee has achieved, he always will recognize the fact that he or she was just used as an instrument. In fact, when Arjuna was delaying to engage in a battle, at some point Krishna told him, now see, you just do it and get the credit. It's already done. So there is nothing actually that we do. Everything in devotional service is under the supervision of Antaranga Shakti. And therefore, we should simply be instrumental to the devotional change, to the devotional positive change. Because Krishna can do anything. And if we want Krishna to do everything, what is the use of our big brains? For what? Krishna gave humans big brains for innovations, for inventions, for creativity. But all of these should be dovetailed in the service of the Lord. In Vrindavan, you're building one skyscraper temple. I think Madhu Pandit. But Krishna is very trickish, you know. So-called division, so-called misunderstanding, but then in making his devotees to engage, to work harder. Because there's some little bit of competition, so it makes somebody to work harder than, they could initially even think of. So yeah, you're building the tallest building in the whole area. A temple. So Krishna gives us intelligence, gives us the strength, the resources to use in his worship. And therefore, whatever that we may come across, the reflection should be this is Krishna's energy and should be utilized in the service of the Lord. So Dhruva Maharaj has intense desire to acquire a kingdom more than that of his own father. So he went to the forest to engage in tapasya. Just like a number of people come to devotional service with different desires, and Krishna subscribes to that. Krishna resonates with that. He says, hey, come to me, whether you're an octet electron, whether you're an Atmaram, you don't have any desires, you're full of desires, come to me. The idea is that when someone comes to Krishna, engages in devotional service, they become purified of all impurities. So like the case of Dhruva, he was seeking to worship the Lord with the intent for material gain. But when he became purified and he encountered the Lord asked him, what benediction do you want? He said, I was actually looking for broken bottles. I've seen you, I'm satisfied. So one was realized the Supreme. What else? What else does he need? And therefore, the inquiry of Kuvera to Dhruva was matched with appropriate response. This is one of the symptoms of one who is satisfied in the service of the Lord. Dhruva is a typical example. When he became purified, when he became realized, he no longer wanted kingdom. So yes, we may be full of different type of desires, but that is not a condemnation. That does not create any obstacle on the path of bhakti. Bhakti is like a forest fire. Anything that goes into it is burned to ashes. And therefore, it is important for us to ponder over this Constantly engaging in the service of the Lord is a symptom of an advanced devotional platform. Constantly engaging. Like Krishna mentions, Man Mana Bhava Mahabhakta. Always think of me. You think of somebody you love. You can think of also someone you hate. Like Kamsa was thinking of Krishna all the time. But constantly engage in devotional service to the Lord implies thinking of Krishna positively. So the same sensory modalities, the same mind could be used in different ways. The devotee uses his mind, his senses, his walking senses, knowledge acquiring senses in the service of the Lord. The devotee uses all their skills in the service of the Lord. The non-devotee uses whatever they have for their personal aggrandizement. And this is where we get it wrong. Because then that facilitates the extension of our visa in the material world. We are applying for visa extension in the material world. Just use everything you have for yourself. That's how to extend your visa, your stay in the material world. So what do we want? We want to extend our stay, our visa in the material world, or we want to round it up. I'm fully engaged in devotional service like Dhruva Maharaj. All right. Any comments or questions? We'll say a few things about Balaram. Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj. You said the pure devotee is using everything in the service of the Lord with no selfish motives. Still, it seems like Dhruva Maharaj was not trying to satisfy the Lord by killing all these yakshas. So it seems like his anger was a bit separate from the service of the Lord. Could you say something on that, please?
Sure. Like I mentioned, Dhruva Maharaj initially, when he came to perform his austerities, he came purely with gross material motives. Gross material motive. See, one is worshiping the Lord. The perfection of purification does not happen just automatically. So, when he was killing the yakshas, he felt offended because you know what the yakshas did. So yes, in that sense, that was not to please the Lord, but he was like a revenge, you know. So the pure devotee does not engage in revenge. So at that time, he was acting on a different platform. But then ultimately, when he encountered the Lord, when he was performing all his austerities, at some point in time, Vishnu appeared and asked him, "What do you want?" He came to the forest for a kingdom. But when Vishnu asked him, he confessed. I was looking for broken bottles, but now I'm purified. I don't need anything.
But killing the yakshas happened after he had darshan of the Lord.
Huh?
Killing the yakshas happened after he had darshan of the Lord. So
okay, after having darshan of the Lord. Yeah. See, if even we encounter the Lord and we don't have any desires, if we sit back, for instance, to say, if someone has I'm the devotee, as a kshatriya have their own dharma. The dharma of the kshatriya dharma entitles them to protect the innocent. So thank you for bringing it up. And therefore, the reason, for instance, why Bhishma and Drona were killed on the battlefield of Kurukshetra is related to the same issue of negligence of dharma. So Dhruva at that time was acting on the basis of his dharma. Yeah. But, as a kshatriya, if you're a kshatriya, for instance, and you're a devotee of the Lord, you're still entitled to do your duty. And that is to protect your citizens. We have kings like that in the past. We call them Raja Rishis. They do go to war front. They do engage in battle to protect the innocent citizens. So that is part of their dharma, but essentially when someone comes to a particular level, they transcend those divisions. Like Lord Chaitanya said, I'm not a Brahmin, I'm not a Kshatriya, I'm not a Brahmachari, I'm only but a servant of the servant of the Lord. So yeah, we can't jump the gun. We can't say, well, I'm a devotee, so I don't need to do anything. Or I have these devotees also, like in earlier periods when we joined, devotees had this notion of the devotees of Krishna, the ISKCON devotees, being transcendental to the requirements, for instance, of, say, when people want to marry, they do this in Vedic culture. When people want to marry, the parents, they go out to check a man or a boy for the girl. But then what they do basically is that they do compatibility charts with the astrologer. And this is still going on in some parts of India. And that is why the divorce rate in India is relatively lower than any other country in the whole world. Now, when in the early periods when we joined, the devotees were having this conception that, we are transcendental. We don't need we don't need all this compatibility. I remember I was bringing up some issue like that in one of these Caribbean countries that I went, and there was this devotee who was very scholarly devotee. He quote from Prabhupada's statement in the Veda base. He said, but Prabhupada said we should not depend on astrology. I said, yes, Prabhupada said that. And I would like to add that, see, based on my own and other devotees' personal experience, for instance, my science guru, Japataka Swami, he has a policy in Mayapur that before his disciples get married, they have to undergo a compatibility chart. Because that prevents the escalation of divorce rates. So, we may say, well, as devotees, we are transcendental to everything. But we are still living within the Varna and ashrams, and therefore we have to understand that there is no need to be hasty and neglect our obligations, our duties. We still can be Krishna conscious even with the identification of a particular dharma, of a particular ashram, of a varna, and executing the principles of devotional service along with that. So yeah, Dhruva was still performing the service or the dharma of a kshatriya. Yeah. So let's quickly say something about Balaram, or anybody else with any other comments regarding the Bhagavatam text? No? Anyone else? Okay. And today is the appearance of Lord Balaram. And in a Krishna book, it's mentioned how when Mother Devaki was pregnant, of his seventh child, his effulgence was so intense that even cancer was doubtful that this prediction that the eighth child is the only one who is going to kill me, what? This woman is glowing. She is carrying a divine being. But this is the seventh pregnancy, this is the seventh child. What is going on? So she was actually growing so intensely that everybody within the community knew that she was carrying a divine personality. And now what Krishna did was he ordered Yoga Maya to transfer Balaram, the seventh pregnancy of Devaki, to the womb of Rohini in Vrindavan. Rohini was, when you run away from a country of war to another place, what is the name? What is it? Huh? Yeah, it was like a refugee. Rohini was hiding, Vasudeva sent Rohini to Vrindavan to stay under the care of Nanda Maharaj, because cancer was terrorizing the whole of the area. And so Krishna ordered Yoga Maya to transfer Balaram to the womb of Rohini. So Balaram was actually born in Vrindavan. And before even her giving birth, before Rohini giving birth to Balaram, Gargacharya is a Kulacharya of Nanda Maharaj. He is a great astrologer, predictor of future events, and he was such a renowned devotee of the Lord too. And so Gargacharya had mentioned that this child is no other person that an expansion of Krishna. It's not different from Krishna. They're just different in terms of bodily hue, bodily color. But this is the first expansion of Krishna. So they were prepared for that. And when the child was manifest, when the Rohini gave birth to Balaram, Gargacharya was asked to come for the name. The ceremony is required. And because this child is the older brother, is going to be the older brother of Krishna, he's called Dauji. Now, Gargacharya called him Rama, the giver of pleasure. And also, he was given the name Balaram because he was full of strength. He was strength personified. And in Bhagavatam, in 10th canto, describes all of his bodily features, the earrings, how his neck is decorated with a very powerful, enchanting garland. And the same Bhagavatam gives express delineation of how when Krishna became manifest, how Krishna and Balaram would crawl in the court of Nanda Maharaj, like ordinary babies. And the demigods were looking from their abode and seeing this. So they were so much in awe and reverence. They had so much of reverence for Nanda Maharaj. Because the Supreme Lord that the yogis have to use or spend years engaging in meditation to be able to achieve him, he is in the court of someone's home, crawling around. And so we see how powerful the devotee of the Lord could be. Now the Lord did not just choose anybody to come through in the family to manifest his pastimes. And Balaram, one of the intriguing questions could be, if Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and Balaram is his expansion, why did he allow Balaram to take birth first? Because he's supposed to be the senior. Yes. I'm asking this. Can someone help me out? Yes.
I heard that previously Krishna had appeared as Lord Rama Chandra, and Balaram had previously appeared as the younger brother, indeed, as Lakshmana. But Lakshman, he was very frustrated that he always had to follow the orders of Ramachandra, and he felt that, I don't remember the specific reason, but sometimes Ramachandra would make decisions and Lakshman would be very disturbed by it, because he felt that he cannot serve his brother properly. I don't remember details. Probably you can shed more light.
Okay.
Yeah,
Balaram, right? What's your name? Balaram Pran. Do you agree with what he just said about you?
that's the only answer which came to my head also, but okay. Maybe there's another esoteric reason.
Yeah, but that's the reason. That's it. Thank you. You know, when Ramachandra appeared and Lakshman had to be at his beck and call as his younger brother serving him, and even at some point in time, Sita even accused him, and he was really upset. She accused him that he instead of going to go and save his brother from the attack, he's there, hanging there, because he wants to come and enjoy. You want to come and enjoy me when he's dead. He was really upset. There were a lot of other frustrating encounters he had in that lila, and so he told Rama that in future incarnations, I will not take this. I will not be a younger one. Because now you order me here and there, and now even, that it's a normal thing. If you have an older brother, you have to serve your older brother, so the wife also can command you here and there. Is it not? It's a command. So he said, no, this is too much for me. In the future, you want to be in control. You be the younger one. So that is why when Krishna, in the Krishna Lila, Balaram had to come as the older brother, and he did a lot of services to Krishna. Even the very ornaments of Krishna, the bedding, Balaram, the Sesha, the Chatuviha, they are also expansions of Balaram. In fact, Krishna is just completely like, he just expanding to Balaram expansion, and that's it. Balaram does all the other stuff. So even in the beddings of Krishna, Sesha, and all these things, they are expansions of Balaram. So the understanding here, again, it boils down to service. If Balaram had the chance to be the older brother of Krishna, okay, I am your senior. I came to this movement many years before you. But why should I do? To serve you. Balaram was serving Krishna. But it doesn't occur to us. We read these whole Leelas. What is the application? What is the implication in our devotional life? What do we have to apply? What do we get from, what do we learn from this Leela? Balaram is the older brother, and he was so much service-oriented to Krishna. He was protective of Krishna. Therefore, it is important for us to understand we have to be, those of us who have been there before, the younger ones, we should be in a protective mood. Like Balaram was in a protective mood of Krishna. We should protect our devotees. And Prabhupada, when he established his store front in 26th Second Avenue in New York, there were all these potheads, drug addicts who were coming there. But he never neglected them. He would even serve them. This is the mood of Balaram. Serving even the low person, the person whom you think you are superior to. That is Balaram consciousness. And so we need to imbibe a culture of service. And when we serve Lord Balaram, Krishna is pleased. And we can't really approach Krishna without pleasing Lord Balaram. And therefore, it's like worshippers of Radha and Krishna, you can't please Krishna without pleasing Radha. Prabhupada mentioned in his poem, Taba Krishna Taba Punya Habeba E Punya Koribe Jabi Radharani Kosi Habi Dhruva Ati Bole Tumaita. He says, brothers, if you want to please Krishna, just please Radharani. So we want to please Krishna. Today is a good day to fast till 12 o'clock. And get the favor of Balaram. Pray to Lord Balaram. Krishna killed so many demons. One of these, two of these demons I remember that Balaram annihilated were Denuka and Pralamba. And they have excited background. And another demon in Vrindavan, one time Balaram told Krishna to lend him his peacock crown. So he put on the peacock crown and wanted to, was jog-trotting, roaming the streets of Vrindavan. At the same time, one demon was sent by the Kamsa to come and kill Krishna in Vrindavan. And the description that was given by Kamsa to this demon is that one of the aesthetics, graphic aesthetics was that this boy, he puts on a peacock crown. So watch out. If you see any boy, Amitabha, who puts it? It's him. He's the only person who puts on a peacock crown. So then Balaram has pleaded with his brother that, I like this your peacock crown. Why don't you lend it to me? Let me also use it. Brothers, they use things together. So Balaram, Krishna obliged him, we gave him a peacock crown. Balaram puts it on and was roaming the streets of Vrindavan. And this demon had come, sent by Kamsa. Who remembers the name of that demon? Anyone remembers the name of that demon? Okay. It's there in the Krishna book. I just can't figure out now. So then, as the demon entered Vrindavan, he cited Balaram. If he fits perfectly the descriptions given by King Kamsa. Oh, that's Krishna. So he went after him. And the demon was very confident of himself. He was super powerful. So he gave Balaram a real dirty kick. I'm glad Balaram, flung Balaram away, threw him off. He threw him off. So, and Balaram understood that the demon didn't really come for him. He thought it's Krishna. So he went home and then surrendered the crown back to Krishna. He said, take your crown. This is what happened to me. So sometimes we think that someone, for instance, who is engaging in some management service, he's just enjoying there. Huh? Doing some service. Sankirtan leader, temple commander, temple president, the chief pujari. We think, you should give me that service. And sometimes, also we find fault with people, we find fault with the managers. And we are thinking, at the back of our mind, we're thinking, I do better than him. They should remove him and put me there. And when sometimes the person is removed and they don't put you there, then you become very offensive to your authorities. So, this Leela Balaram it gives me that reflection that, sometimes, we assume that someone's position is just nothing. I can also assume that position. But every position that you assume could be full of challenges. You get attacked all the time when you are a manager, when you are a leader. So, Balaram's appearance signifies an important event in our lives. If we simply worship, beg for Lord Balarama, and Balarama again, he came in the Chaitanya Lila, he came as Nitai, who is more magnanimous than even Lord Chaitanya himself. So, Krishna and Balaram, they always keep company, they always come. So, another question is, why? Krishna wants to come. Why does he not just come alone? Perform his pastimes. Why does he have to come with, brothers and sisters? For what? Yes. I want to know this. Why? Yes, Prabhu. For rasa, yes. Anything else? Yes? He has associates. But why? He's coming as a kid. What does a kid need associate for? Does he know the meaning of associates? As a kid. Yes, Bolo. This is called critical and creative thinking. Yes. Yes.
Because Krishna means Krishna and his energy. No?
Krishna cannot do with, Krishna is always connected with his energy, is also connected with energetic. Yes, that's also true. Any additional input? Why does Krishna have to come with brothers? Yes, Prabhu, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Well, when Krishna comes to Vrindavan, he's, you could say, taking a vacation from being God. He's taking a break. To enjoy with his friends and his associates, he can forget about his office of being the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he wouldn't be able to do that if he came alone. Then he would have to kind of always be, Parameshwara. But when he comes as Nandanandana and Yashodanandana and so on, he can relax, he can take a break. This is his Vrindavan Leela.
Thank you, Maharaj. In fact, all the points that were mentioned are pretty correct. Now, the other point also is that for as a sociological implication, for instance, a child needs socialization with other kids. And that is why those who have single kids, sometimes they have to send their kids to the daycare for socialization and all those things. And according to science, when kids are veiled with proper socialization of peers, they improve in their cognitive skills and even in their social skills. Therefore, you find in some cases, kids that are born, that are single kids, they tend to be like below compared to kids that come from a family where they have siblings. They have better social skills than the kids that come from a single, we are groomed in a single family, a single child in a family. And another point is that in most cases, the kids, single kids, their love is not always at home because their friends are outside. And see the case of, one of my disciples in America. When I used to go to her house when she was a baby, sometimes the parents called me for a program. And, where is this girl? Oh, she's going with her friends. Her friends are calling that she must come for a party. And if she doesn't go, she will be ostracized. Yeah, so sometimes for a number of parents who do not understand the benefits, the science-based benefits of having siblings, we tend to think that, it is more economically advantaged to have a single child. And even for those, I see the case in America where people who are like president of the country, they have just only one child. And even sometimes the child is just adopted. So, especially for those who are planning to become parents, we have to understand that children, when they have a sibling, they are better off in social skills and cognitive skills. Because that family socialization matters a lot. And their love will be somehow or the other centered in the family because they have someone, a sibling they play with, who becomes their lover, who becomes their friend. Otherwise, their friends are outside. And in some cases, we find also that those single kids, when they grow up, they don't have a tight knit with members of the family because all their friends are outsiders. And in some cases, the family members, they complain about the friends of the child because the child does not give the family members the attention they need. The attention is given to his or her friends outside because that is how they grow up. And the bonding has been there right from childhood. So if you are planning, I remember I mentioned this since in Geneva, and the home I was staying, there's a single adolescent girl. So the girl went after the class, she went to accuse him mother that, and you made me not to have siblings. But most cases the parents don't know. That's not what they study. Okay. So in most cases people don't know, but it's like a fashion these days, a single child. But you're depriving your child of so many sociological and cognitive developments. All right, that is by the way. So Balaram had a good time with Krishna, crawling around in the courtyard of Dana Maharaj. And he was always entrusted with the care of Krishna. Yasoda, each time Krishna is going out, he will specifically instruct Balaram to be attentive to Krishna's needs. And sometimes Krishna goes out to play and is not coming back on time. Yasoda requests Balaram to go fetch him. So, today is a special day. We should pray to Lord Balaram. We don't have strength to perform devotional service, but when we beg the mercy of Lord Balaram, He will come to the rescue. He will protect us. He is the protector of this universe. And we are trying to render some service to the devotees of the Lord. We are trying to render service to the devotees of Lord Krishna. Balaram is at our disposal to be able to come to the rescue. And therefore it is important to make some special prayers to Balaram today. All right, it's already past 9. Any comments or questions? Yes. In the absence of any comments or questions? Okay. He wants to make some comment.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj, for the lecture. Maharaj, I would like to ask you, please, when you could say some words more to this point that Balaram won't appear in a form that he's older, that he's senior, that he can serve better Krishna, because it's all about service, especially about Balaram's mood. May you could please tell some why and...
Whether he appeared as an older brother or as younger, he was service-oriented. But the service attitude does not wane. That was my point. Service attitude does not wane. Even when he appeared as the older brother of Krishna, he was service-oriented towards the Lord. And therefore, we should also be service-oriented to people who are just coming to our temples. We should not want people to serve us just because we are seniors or just because we're there. If we serve them, nobody wants to serve anyone outside there in the material world. So if we serve people who come to our temples, they will definitely reflect this is a different place where the people are service-oriented. Everyone out there wants to exploit, wants someone else to serve them, wants to show their Ishwara above. And therefore, when we demonstrate to people that we are dasa anudas, they will take us even more seriously. And they will take the teachings of Prabhupada beyond what we can expect in a positive way. They come to our temple and they see that what they read in the books, they are seeing the devotees practicing the dasa anudas. In fact, the Bhagavatam itself mentions clearly that the gateway to liberation is to serve the devotees. Mahat seva dharamahu vimukta. So sometimes we may forget that we are servants. And then we want to be served. But no, rather, even Lord Balarama, even when he appeared as the older brother of Krishna, he was serving Krishna. He was serving Krishna. Because there's the temptation, you know. Temptation is there that, look, I am there for 20 years, 30 years, 50 years. Are you just coming yesterday? I am your senior. Just serve me, you know. But when we go into past life retrospect, who is the senior? We don't know. We don't know whether the 10 years old is actually our senior. But we are judging people based on their bodies, based on their age. That is a cultural bias. And so, you see, spiritual devotional service is pretty easy if we understand the nitty-gritties and how to apply even the leelas. The implications of the leelas, they all have implications. I think our natural tendency is that of purification, so we don't really care so much about the implications of the leelas. But the implications of the leelas is they help us to facilitate and sustain our devotional realizations and growth. Because if we read something, we tell the story, we repeat the story, it's purifying. But parrots can also repeat anything. I call the process of just repeating things parrotology. So we have to go beyond parrotology. We have to apply the narrations or the pastimes. We have to understand the implications, the devotional implications, the social implications, the professional implications. So, yeah, all of them, practically all the pastimes, they have implications. Sometimes this could be very intriguing because it's not things that we got to know, right from the onset. But yeah, if you get into knowledge acquisition, there is the theoretical platform, and then there is the contemporary platform where we have the teachers or the acharyas making commentaries on different texts and all these things. But then the integration of the theoretical frameworks with the contemporary subject matters that will enable you to achieve some applicability in your life. Without the applications, to have high realizations could be very, very difficult. And that's why some of us we get dry because we're doing the same things over and over again, and then sometimes we think, oh, but I've been chanting all these years, I've been doing this all these years. I don't seem to see me making any progress. But we are making progress. It's just that it could be slow. But an important point is that we have to go deeper in the teachings of the acharyas and apply. If even we apply just one statement, see, in this very chapter, I think one of the texts is mentioned how the cause of samsara, I was reading one of the previous texts. He said the cause of samsara is bodily identification. The cause of samsara is bodily identification. We identify with the body, then we do certain things. We work so hard. We do this, we do that. We go into war. We commit offenses and so many things. Yeah. So, we should understand the fact that when we are in a position, it's a position we should use to facilitate the growth, the devotional growth of the community, the devotional growth of the devotees. We should serve. Service. I remember the first time I went to Hare Krishna temple, the temple president himself, he called me in and served me prasadam. He called me into his office and called me serve him prasadam. I thought, what? So I got interested in him automatically, because I was coming from a background, judiciary. I was working with the judiciary. I was coming from a background where the boss never really cares for anybody. Oh, yeah. So here, temple president personally called me to his office, and then he served me prasadam. So I thought, wow, this guys. All right, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Krishna Balaram ki jai. Balaram Jayanti ki jai.